You open X and see a post about a small crypto project. GM, do not fade this. Probably nothing. Few understand. Beneath it is a chart moving sharply upward. The replies are filled with rocket symbols, WAGMI, and warnings that anyone selling it now will regret it. Then a larger account quote posts it. Another says it has been accumulating quietly. By lunch, the same ticker seems to be everywhere. You have consumed hundreds of reactions, but what have you actually learned? Maybe the project released something important. Maybe traders are responding to a real catalyst. Or maybe the feed has shown you one emotional claim from 50 different angles. Crypto on X has its own language, incentives, status games, and recurring rhythms. If you read every post literally, you miss most of what it is communicating. Because the feed does not merely describe the market, the feed participates in it. Welcome back to CoinOps. This is episode 3 of Crypto Culture and Meme Signals. In the previous episode, we separated signal from the noise by tracing claims to their sources and following their consequences. Now, we're stepping inside the place where much of that signal and noise first collides, X. Many still call the community Crypto Twitter, or CT, even though the platform is now X. Developers announce releases, researchers publish findings, and breaking information can appear before it reaches traditional media. That speed is valuable. It also places facts, opinions, jokes, advertisements, identities, and market positioning into the same feed. The goal is not to memorize every piece of slang. It is to understand what a post is doing beneath the words on the screen. Crypto language often begins as a community shorthand. GM means good morning, but it also acts as a social handshake. WAGMI, meaning we are all going to make it, expresses belonging. NGMI, or not going to make it, can push someone outside the group. Words such as degen, diamond hands, and hodl turn risk tolerance into identity. Selling can be framed as weakness, or disloyalty, rather than a financial decision. Other phrases sound like analysis while leaving the claim vague. This is alpha, implies the informational advantage. Few understand offers membership in an exclusive group. Probably nothing is usually ironic. It hints that something may be important without making a specific claim. Do not fade this suggests that hesitation may cost you. FUD, meaning fear, uncertainty, and doubt, can identify weak claims. It can also dismiss criticism that a community does not want to answer. DYOR, or do your own research, can be sincere advice. NFA, or not financial advice, can be a reasonable boundary. Neither phrase removes the persuasive force of the post before it. This language signals who belongs, which emotion is expected, and what action the group rewards. When someone says, only paper hands are selling, the factual content may be empty. The social message is clear. Holding proves loyalty, and selling risks embarrassment. Return to the project from the opening. The chart is only one part of the communication. The urgency, slang, and replies are directing the audience toward a response. Some posts inform, others recruit, reassure, provoke, defend, entertain, or sell. Many do several at once. A thread called 10 Reasons This Token is About to Explode might contain excellent research, It might also defend the writer's position, attract followers, promote a referral link, or create demand for an asset the writer owns. That does not automatically make it dishonest. The question is whether the post helps you understand the asset or mainly helps the author produce a reaction. An account promises to reveal information after enough reposts. A giveaway requires likes, replies, and tags. A quote post turns weak criticism into entertainment. A profit screenshot displays the winner while hiding the full trading history. These tactics do not prove the claim is false, but reveal that the attention is part of the product. Attention can become sponsorships, subscriptions, referrals, or platform rewards. X prohibits inauthentic behavior and artificial application, but policies do not make those behaviors disappear. Even genuine engagement can reward certainty faster than careful qualification. Before asking whether a post is convincing, ask what it is built to make you do. In crypto, an influencer may be a trader, researcher, founder, analyst, or meme account. You may also see KOL, meaning key opinion leader. Their influence is distribution. One post can introduce a project to an enormous audience. Reach is real, but reach is not expertise, independence, or accuracy. An account may own the asset it discusses. It may have received tokens, early access, an advisory position, referral income, or payment. It may also have no formal relationship and simply believe in the project. Material relationships should be disclosed clearly. In the United States, FTC guidance addresses endorsements generally, while the SEC has brought cases involving paid promotion of crypto asset securities. But disclosure does not make the analysis correct. It only reveals one possible incentive. The more useful signal is behavior over time. Does the account link original sources? Does it separate facts from interpretation? Does it leave incorrect calls visible and explain what changed? Does it update a thesis when evidence turns against it? A winning screenshot can be luck. A polished thread can be marketing. A large audience demonstrates reach. A durable record of transparent reasoning is harder to manufacture. Influence should make you more interested in checking the claim, not less. The replies show you what the surrounding community rewards, rejects, and refuses to discuss. Suppose someone asks whether the project has working users. If the answers include dashboards, documentation, and specific experiences, the community has added evidence. If the only response is stop spreading FUD, it has added pressure without answering the question. A wallet failure, technical explanation, or correction may reveal more than hundreds of celebrations. Healthy communities usually contain friction. People disagree, report problems, challenge leadership, and remain capable of changing their minds. That can look less impressive than perfect unity, but it often reveals genuine participation. When dozens of accounts repeat the same slogan, you may be seeing coordination, shared culture, or people copying what already receives attention. The pattern alone cannot tell you which. It does tell you not to count every repetition as independent analysis. When price falls and attention moves elsewhere, do people continue building, helping users, and documenting problems? A community that does may possess real social capital. That does not guarantee token value. It means the community is doing more than appearing together during excitement. Crypto narratives often move through recognizable stages, although they do not follow a perfect clock. Early in the cycle, specialists discuss the subject with uncertain language. The potential may be real, but the story has not been compressed into something the broader market can repeat. Then translators turn technical possibilities into a simple claim. This new category will change trading, gaming, payments, artificial intelligence, or ownership. As the narrative warms, the language becomes shorter and more confident. A ticker, slogan, or visual identity gives people a way to participate. Influential accounts repeat the theme. Price attracts attention, and attention can attract more trading. Eventually, price becomes proof of the story, while the story becomes proof of the price. Criticism grows socially expensive, and hesitation is framed as ignorance. At saturation, nearly everyone in that part of the market knows the story. The feed feels unanimous, but the narrative now needs new attention, capital, or evidence to keep expanding. Then it cools. The catalyst disappoints, influencers move towards another theme, and the community discovers who is committed to the product rather than the momentum. A narrative can reverse, skip stages, or return later. Recognizing the cycle will not identify a top or a bottom. It shows why the same post means something different depending on when it appears. An optimistic thread early in a narrative may represent discovery. The same thread after months of universal agreement may indicate saturation. Now, in the next episode, we will examine how narratives can be deliberately created, amplified, and monetized. For now, the skill is recognizing the temperature of the story already in front of you. Return one last time to the opening post. GM, do not fade this. Probably nothing. If you understand. At first, it felt like new information. Now you can see its layers. The language creates belonging and urgency. The chart shows a result without explaining its cause or time frame. The account may have financial, reputational, or commercial incentives. The replies reveal whether the community is adding evidence or performing agreement. The number of similar posts shows how far the narrative has traveled. After stripping those layers away, you can identify the literal claim. Sometimes there is a strong one. A product shipped, a vulnerability was found, a governance vote passed, a wallet flow changed, documentation appeared that can be checked. Sometimes the claim is only that many people are excited. Well, that can still matter. Attention can influence liquidity, volatility, and short-term price behavior. But it is signal about the crowd, not automatic evidence about the technology or its long-term value. Reading X well does not require cynicism. The platform provides access to builders, experts, public disagreements, and emerging information. Its value comes partly from how unfinished that information can be. But early information needs friction. Translate the language, consider the incentive, read the disagreement, locate the narrative in its cycle, and trace the claim beyond the feed. The objective is not to become immune to influence. Nobody is. The objective is to notice when influence is happening before it becomes your conclusion. Crypto on X is a live map of attention. It shows what communities believe, what influencers emphasize, what traders expect other traders to notice, and which stories are gaining or losing energy. That makes the feed useful even when individual posts are incomplete, promotional, or wrong. It becomes dangerous when reach is mistaken for expertise, engagement for agreement, shared language for evidence, or price for proof. The deepest skill is not memorizing every acronym. It is reading a post as a document with an author, an audience, an incentive, a context, and a moment in time. Every post tells you at least two things. It tells you what the account is saying, and it tells you what the account wants the market to see. Now, if you are building a clear foundation for evaluating crypto claims, my book, Understanding Crypto, A Clear Guide for New Investors, is available on Amazon in Kindle, softcover, and hardcover. It explains the systems, incentives, risks, and decision-making principles behind crypto without relying on hype or unnecessary complexity. And if this episode helped you read the crypto feed more clearly, please like this video, subscribe to CoinOps, and share it with someone who keeps seeing the same ticker everywhere and wondering whether everyone else knows something they do not. Next time, we will examine how crypto narratives are manufactured, repeated, amplified, and transformed into market momentum. Until then, remember, the feed is not only reporting the market, it is helping create the market you are trying to understand. Stay locked.